Hey everyone, Noodle here. Happy Halloween, or at least happy Spooky Scorched. Today is the day. The Spooky Scorched event is up and running. For those of you who are dinosaurs in the game and know all about it, you know all the rules, so just stick around and join me for my forest route of Spooky Scorched, where I give some advice on which locations are better and which are better to avoid. For those of you who are new to Fallout 76 and to Spooky Scorched, this event is a little bit different from the other events that we have in the game, as in you don't really need to join it. It doesn't have a start or an end other than the 2-week duration that we got for it. It's an ongoing thing in the game that you can't help but participate in. The way that it works is that some of the Scorched that you will encounter naturally in the game will be spooky, meaning they will be in costume, they will give out this spooky eerie sound when they approach you, and they will drop special loot. They will drop legendaries, spooky treat bags, and mystery Halloween candy, all things that are great. So the way that you run, in air quotes, this event is by going to places that are guaranteed to spawn lots of Scorched. The bigger the horde of Scorched, the higher your chances of getting the spooky ones. Therefore, the higher your chances of getting some fun rewards like new lights for our camps and new masks, new outfits, gun skins, and then the regular stuff like fuel and drugs and alcohol and all those good and healthy things that Bethesda likes to give us. And while Scorched spawn all over the map, I like to stick to the forest area. Let's start at Camden Park. Camden Park has nothing but Scorched, so your chances of getting some spookies here are pretty high. If you arrive at a location and everyone's already dead, server bounce. We had a question on the live stream a couple of hours ago asking if you can do this in a private server, in the private world. Yes, you can. You absolutely can. If you don't want to deal with competition, if you are Fallout first and you can run a private world, absolutely run this event in the private world. You will get your spooky Scorched guaranteed. So Camden Park usually will produce a lot of Scorched. I think I only got one on this run. Let's go to my next location, which is Poseidon Power Plant. Poseidon Power Plant makes sense on the map as my next location. However, I rarely find it to be very productive in terms of spooky and holiday Scorched. I don't know why, it may just be my luck, but every time I come here I get a ton of Scorched, and very few of them are actually special holiday Scorched. Oh, here though I noticed that some have already been killed, so it's not that, it's just that somebody already cleared this area out. There were some speculations on the live stream today as well about Bethesda maybe tweaking the rate with which we're getting holiday Scorched and spooky Scorched, and that maybe they dialed it down so that we hardly get any. After running this full route, I must say that I don't suspect Bethesda of tweaking anything. Honestly, it's all a matter of a random draw, and it's all a matter of luck. There's some other places on the map that I usually don't have very high faith in that turned out to be amazing with 5 or 6 spooky Scorched in the same location, and the other way around. Some locations that I thought were going to be brilliant didn't really produce that many, if any, at all. So Camden Park is often a good place for me. Poseidon Energy Plant, I would put on the lower part of my list. It's worth hitting it on the way to our next stop, but don't spend too much time here. You know, get 10 or 12 of these guys, and if by then you still don't have a spooky Scorched, move on. Some other cool locations on the way northeast are Sutton and Helvetia. For the sake of speed, we will go straight to Helvetia. Now, this is one of those locations that I never believe in, because previously I've had horrible, rotten luck in Helvetia. I always get here and everyone's always dead. And you've heard me say on the show that I find Helvetia to be just too popular for these events. And that wasn't the case today at all. Today I got here and there were like 6 spooky Scorched right in front of the church. I had amazing good luck here. Like, if you're the first one to get here and everyone's already respawned, your chances of getting 5 or 6 spooky Scorched are very high. Love Helvetia. Next up, we can go to either Greg's Mine Supply or Bolton Greens or White Powder Winter Sports. Actually, let's go to White Powder Winter Sports first. This ended up being an amazing location. It wasn't on my original plan, but Red Gopher wanted to go here and we ended up coming here. We got 6 or 7 Spooky Scorched among us in this one location. When running these events, remember that the Spooky Scorched will not spawn behind any locked doors. So if you know locations on the map where there are a lot of Scorched normally inside a building, but you have to go through a door that offers a loading screen, that won't work for this event. Anytime that you walk up to the door and it's like enter solo or enter as a team leader or help team leader, you will not find Spooky Scorched inside or Holiday Scorched or any kind of special Scorched, only in a public open world. So White Powder Winter Sports, 100%, a million thumbs up, great location. And surprisingly, Helvetia as well. My next favorite location that never fails me on Spooky or Holiday Scorched is Bolton Greens. Highly recommend this location. And honestly, guys, you can't oversaturate these places. Like right now, for the next 2 weeks, everyone's running Spooky Scorched. There are only so many places on the map that you can go. If everyone goes to Bolton Greens, we will still all get the Spooky Scorched that we need if we serve a bounce, if we play at different times, and if we also play on private servers. Bolton Greens just is such a reliable place where Spooky Scorched actually spawn. One of the main reasons that I love running these, well, first of all, it's lots of fun and everyone's running around in costume. It's Halloween and you get lots of treats, you get amazing, cool surprise rewards for these things. But also, just running a few of these, following these routes, hunting Scorched in costumes allows you to finish your dailies and your weeklies so quickly. Just by running these, you're checking off your daily challenges, your weekly challenges without even knowing it. Also, knowing that it's Spooky Scorched, Bethesda is going to give us daily challenges like kill 5 Spooky Scorched or something like that. So you'll get those challenges checked off very quickly. So it's just a nice, encouraging way of leveling up quickly. Those of you who are still not completely through the scoreboard yet, this is another way to keep leveling up, to keep getting those points and ranking up on the scoreboard before this season is over. Remember that season 19 will start on December 3rd. So our time is ticking. As far as our rewards, yes, there it is. There's my dress. I've been hunting this dress in the Atomic Shop for the past 3 weeks, and no wonder it doesn't appear because it doesn't belong in the Atomic Shop. It is one of the rewards. That is the reward that I'm after the most. I want that dress. So hopefully before the end of October, you will see me actually wearing that amazing Halloween dress. So I'm not going to read every single one of these because it's madness. But as you open your spooky treat bags, you will see the rewards popping up in the upper left corner of your screen. And you will see things like plan for rusted T60 Jack-o'-lite or Ghoul Jack-o'-lite is the one that I got. We get a ton of different jack-o'-lanterns. Those of you who follow my building tutorials and like to create beautiful camps, you know that I'm a huge fan of decorating with lights, and lanterns are an amazing light source all throughout the year, not just for Halloween type camps. You can see here on Nuka Knight's site also that he gives us the percentage drop of every reward, and that's very useful. But look at how long this list is. The Civil War era dress and suit, lots of outfits, Halloween costume witch, I have that one, very cool. We get jumpsuits, gas masks. I got the rooster gas mask today, bear mask, gazelle, pirate costume, Dr. Bones, Executioner's Mask, a ton of fun costumes, paint for our armor, just a million cool rewards that you get from the spooky treat bags. Remember also to set out your spooky candy bowl. It is free in the Atomic Shop today and probably for the rest of October. Grab it, set it up, fill it up with mystery candy. Make sure to grab some mystery candy of your own when you visit other people's camps. Mystery candy is something that you will pick up from the spooky Scorched when you kill them. So your pockets will always be full of it. It is no trouble at all to fill up your candy bowl. A mysterious candy randomly gives 1 of 5 effects. You can get Lucky Break, Mystery Treat Surprise, a Sugar Rush, Sugar Strength, or Sugar Vision. So you get luck. You may end up having a blackout because it is a mystery candy. You may gain agility and lose intelligence. You may gain some strength, or you may gain some perception. Lots and lots of fun. And also don't forget your daily and weekly Halloween challenges. Alrighty, back to our route. We did Bolton Greens. That was amazing. Next up, we went to Wilson's Brothers Auto Repair, which is a guaranteed spot for Scorched to spawn. However, I find that it's never enough of them. There are only like 5 or 6 of them that spawn there, and the chances of one of them being spooky are pretty low. So if you just happen to be walking by, swing by, but I wouldn't actually make a special stop on the map there. I would much rather go to Morgantown Train Yard instead, and then Morgantown Airport. Morgantown Train Yard may also have a few spooky Scorched, but Morgantown Airport is the jackpot. By itself, the airport is teeming with Scorched, so your chances of getting a spooky one are pretty high. And of course, we have the collision course event. You can trigger collision course and get 5 waves of Scorched. It's a super simple event, especially if there are at least 2 of you going through it. And again, the chances of all of those Scorched featuring just a few spooky ones are pretty high. So we got about 6 or 7 spooky Scorched on this event. Morgantown Airport is one of the most popular locations for spooky and holiday Scorched, so you may have to compete with some other players. If you see smoke already rising here at the event has been triggered, so try the server bounce or do this in the private world. But if you are able to get here in a time or a place that's favorable, this is a location where you'll score a lot of spooky Scorched. One of my other favorite locations is the Tyler County Fairgrounds. Now we're pretty high up north on the map. Most people tend to stay in the middle of the map or around the White Spring area. So both Tyler County Fairgrounds and our next and final stop, Wavy Willards, are kind of out of the way for most people. I know, it's the whole map is our oyster and it's really easy to bounce around the map. It doesn't cost that much. Of course, every location's already known to everyone, so none of these places are particularly remote or secret. But just generally, in my travels, in several years of playing this game, I noticed that Tyler County Fairgrounds and Wavy Willards tend to be the least populated areas. And every time I get here, even on a public server, there's still plenty of Scorched to kill. And I'm always super lucky with spooky Scorched in these 2 locations. So Tyler County Fairgrounds, we did really well on this run. And now going to Wavy Willards, we didn't even end up in the tunnels. We just ran around on the surface and we got, I think, 6 spooky Scorched just on the surface of Wavy Willards. A lot of times when you arrive here, just like the second that you go through the main door, you get attacked by them. And listen. Make sure that you have your volume up, that you have a good headset, and that your game dials are actually set to play game audio and sound effects. Because me, for instance, I only get them by sound. It's very hard to see which ones of them are in costume, especially if you have berry mentats. I like to take berry mentats for some extra boosts, and also so that all the enemies glow pink. With berry mentats and everyone glowing pink, I can't see the costumes within the little pink clouds. So the sound is something that I rely on very heavily. You will have the same exact situation with the Holiday Scorched, except it will be like Christmas bells instead of this spooky Halloween sound. But the sound is the trigger, so keep your ears open and you will have no problem getting these guys. Just remember to collect all the spooky treat bags and all of the Halloween candy. And there you have it, boys and girls. This is my favorite forest route for the spooky Scorched. You can run this route in about half an hour, and probably you will get somewhere like 12 or 15 spooky treat bags, which will give you a ton of fuel and cams and random treats. And of course, some of the rewards that we saw in that really epically long Nuka Nights list of rewards, many of which have been around for a while and some of which are brand new, like that dress or the lantern that I already got. Big fan of the new lantern, super cool. It's like a big trash bin with a jack-o'-lantern face cut out in the form of the Flatwoods monster. I really like it. You know, I love decorating with lights. And remember to swing by the Atomic Shop. We did a full long review of everything that's in the shop today. Lots and lots of fun things for both builders and gamers and everyone. There's Enclave stuff, there's even Mossman stuff and Helvetia stuff. It's madness. Make sure to get something fun for yourself and have a great Halloween season. Get those costumes on, get that Halloween candy out on your porch, and have fun. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Noodle Pants. And until next time, stay spooky out there, Vault Dwellers.
Virginia, where the shadows creep and sway, lies a land of rusted dreams, where the brave dare not stray. Appalachia, oh, it's a treacherous ride, with dangers untold and nowhere to hide.